Today we are headed to a familiar place. We're heading up to Redington Pass, and we are going to check out a couple of places. We're going to go to fly the drone to Tanque Verde Falls, which, believe it or not, is a place I've never hiked to before. It's not a very long hike. It's one of those things, again, like we talked about last video, when you live close to something, you don't always do it. So we're going to fly the drone to that. There should be some good water flowing there. And then we're going to drive back into Redington. I'm not exactly sure how many miles it is, but to the Chiva Falls area. And it's a really, really nasty four-wheel drive road to Chiva Falls. So we're not going to drive the car there, but I am going to try to get close and then fly the drone. And again, we should have some pretty good water flowage going. And if you can kind of see from this video here, you can see the snow level is pretty low on the Rincons. We've had some pretty good rain and snow the last couple days, and for us it's chilly. It's actually 48 degrees right now, which for a desert boy like myself, that's cool. And then to the right, or I'm sorry, to the left, my other right, well, we're kind of blocked right now, but there's Catalina's that way, and really nice looking snow up there as well, and that's Mount Lemmon. So I'm hoping maybe early next week, once they reopen the road, I'll get up there and maybe get some snow footage with the car. So anyway, thanks for watching as always, guys. Let's get started and see what we can find up here. All right, so right up here is where you park for Tanque Verde Falls, if I remember correctly. So we'll go over here and park. Looks like there's thousands of people here. So I'm gonna go to Chiva Falls first, and then hope this has chilled out by the time we come back. All right, so we're up a little ways. Just want to give you a quick view. It's really pretty up here. And then on this side, you can see the snow level, hopefully. All right, guys, we are at Chiva Falls parking area. And I got a little friend up here, a little Forester XT. Looking good. So we're going to walk over here a little bit, and I'm going to launch the drone, go check out, see if we can find Chiva Falls. So up in the air, you can see the different trails that run out here. And because it's been so long, I wasn't exactly sure which direction to go. But as I'll show you on the Google map here in just a second, I kind of went the wrong way. I just turned the wrong way right there. So let's look at the map, and I'll kind of show you what I did wrong. The Chiva Falls deal ended up kind of being a fail. And if you're interested in checking out Chiva Falls, please just look it up on YouTube. You'll find tons of videos. It is a really nasty four-wheel drive road that there's no way in heck the Subaru could make. You need a pretty significant Jeep or other four-wheel drive vehicle to do it. So let me just show you kind of where I was and what I did. So this is the Chiva Falls trailhead. It's about 7 miles back on Redington Road, which is all this here. We were down in here initially, Tanque Verde Falls. So this blue line is, I actually hiked all the way over here, because when I first launched the drone from this area here, I could not find Chiva Falls because it was just too far. I went about 1.5 miles or so and didn't find it. And to be honest with you, I actually kind of flew in this direction down here. I did not go the correct direction. Here's Chiva Falls here. It is, if I remember correctly, this loop that comes over to it, it's like a big 16-mile loop, and again, it's really nasty. The only time I've ever been there is on a quad, but I'm going to show you Chiva Falls here so you get an idea. But you can look this up and check it out, but let's look at these pictures, what people have posted. So there's, yeah, a couple cool shots of the falls. Pretty significant. I've never been there while the water's running, but it is a pretty neat place. So from here, we're going to go ahead and cruise over to Tanque Verde Falls. I want to show you a little bit more footage of kind of where I was, but this will give you an idea. Isn't Google Earth incredible? So I guess it's right in here. No water flowing at this point, but during the monsoon, and then like when we have snow and rain like we just did, you get some pretty good action going. All right, guys, we are trouncing through the desert here. Cars back that way. I tried to fly the drone over to try to find the falls, but it was just too far. Fallen century plant. Well, I came from up over there. You can see there's a pretty good drop off right here. But really cool saguaro. So I hiked down another ridge, another hill. Back up there is where the saguaro was. But I found this wash on the way down. It's kind of cool just to see this kind of stuff in the desert, I think. On my way back, I scared 2 whitetail, and there's one of them right there. You'll see his little fluffy whitetail in a second right there. Coolness. All right, guys, well, that was a serious hike, and I tried to fly the drone again. Still couldn't find Chiva Falls. I think it's just way the heck over there. Like I mentioned earlier, with the wind, the drone battery's not really lasting, and then there's freaking people shooting all over the place out here. And I think I mentioned that in a previous video. They actually closed it down for quite a while because people don't clean up their mess. And now, I mean, there's like freaking gunshots everywhere. So I'm gonna head down the road back to where I was initially and see if we can't find Tanque Verde Falls. And it's not much of a hike, so we'll go check that out. All right, so here's the start of the falls. There's these little warnings here because these areas are very dangerous, and many people have actually been killed here, swept away during monsoons. People jump off these 80-foot cliffs and hurt themselves. This is just a quick time warp on the trail. There's a significant amount of people still here, but the parking lot for this one is like 100 yards off of the paved section. And you know, there was actually a Porsche there this morning, like mine, that was parked. I was like, what the heck? I can't believe this guy came up here. But it's really not that bad, and if you don't try to get into the parking lot, you're all right. So this is a fairly steep hike. It's not horrible, but it's a quick, I don't know, 10 minutes down to the water. Just again takes you right down to where you need to be. Once you make it to the bottom, this is what you find. There's some kind of good water flow down here. It's a really pretty area. Kind of reminds me of Sabino Canyon, if you're familiar with that at all. But you kind of got to work your way to the back. Maybe 3/4 of a mile hike. This is a little bit further back, but you got a little bit of a waterfall here. And of course, obligatory slow motion waterfall action here. Then I launched the drone and flew towards the larger waterfall in the back. Really, really pretty back here. Guys, day 2, and I made it to Tanque Verde Falls, as you can see. So it wasn't a failure after all, but no Chiva Falls, but that's okay. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.